what's happened there. He said it was after the VTM. He obviously went level after the VTM and had a spike of RPM that took him outside of the rules.
Both of the American pilots go through to the final four. We still have Spain against Australia, and that is Juan Velarde's team at the race airport. And then we'll have Great Britain up against the Czech Republic. But it's Velarde who will be the next pilot into the track after a really dramatic first half to this round of 8, with Kirby Chambliss and Micah Goulian going through. So part 2 of the round of 8. We've already seen Kirby Chambliss amidst much controversy go through. Maroya has been DQ'd from the race. Goulian has already gone through, beating Levot, and now we go into the second half, and it is Spain against Australia. Juan Velarde flying first. The championship leader, Matt Hall, gets to watch the Spaniard in action.
Juan Velarde, Spain. I'm mentally prepared to this round of 8. I'm sure I can fly a half second faster, put some pressure on Matt, and go through the final.
New wingtips to the plane, modifications, and the old TC is back running the ship. Sergio Catolfi has brought a little bit of magic back to Team Velarde here in Kazan, but can Juan continue his impressive form? Qualifying as the fastest loser, he knows he now needs to start flying 52-second performances if he's to go into the final 4, especially, Paul, up against Matt Hall.
The psychological side has flipped now. Juan's flying first in this round. He flew second in the round of 14. Matt Hall's in the other way. He's the other way around.
26 Velarde, you're cleared into the track. Smoke on.
So we get a different psychological battle here. Juan's got a clear track. He's got no time to beat. He just has to fly clean.
Velarde is looking to get into the final 4 for the first time this season. Now, 3, 4 and 5. This is the key turn. It's called the Kremlin Corner as they fly past the UNESCO World Heritage Site and the White Kremlin building. This is the chicane for the first time. Now the pilot comes to the end of lap 1 and steadies himself for the vertical turn maneuver at the Kazanka curve.
This is a man on a mission, isn't it? This is really quick from Juan, and I think flying very well. Good heading out of the VTM, just level in time. I think he's out to post a really good time here.
It is very smooth, it's a very tight racing line, but this is looking exceptional from the Spanish pilot. Now into the chicane for the last time. We see him from the tail cam, quick switch, left, right, left, on the stick, watch the clock, it's 52, it's 52.4. That is brilliant from Juan Velarde, raising his game when it matters most.
52.447 seconds, no penalties.
That's livened the afternoon up, hasn't it? Matt Hall in the round of 14 posted a 52.389. So Matt's got to find a 1/10 of a second to beat that. That is fantastic flying from the Spanish pilot. And Juan's psychology today is spot on, absolutely spot on. He didn't get phased about racing after Martin Schonker earlier, and he's just come out and for his run posted a really, really good time. Matt Hall has now got to fly very, very quickly.
And there is Matt Hall's team back at the race hangar. They know, Matt knows that he's got to go even faster.
Australia. Juan's been flying really well all week, so he's going to be a challenge to beat, but I get the opportunity to listen to his time before I go on the track.
Well, there is Dave, Peter and Andrew watching on. Now, Matt has the track record set on Saturday, I should say, at 51.423 seconds. So we know he can beat that, but is the pressure going to get to the Aussie championship leader?
95 Hall, you're cleared into the track. Smoke on.
And he said he had the advantage of listening to Juan's time. He was rather hoping he would have a 2-second penalty in there, albeit a slow time. He wasn't expecting a 52.4. Here he goes with the ghost plane of Juan Velarde showing there on the screen. Look at that, the Spanish pilot ahead. We know that this is a very difficult track to find time. Matt Hall just pinching ahead there at the end of the first lap.
And that's what you need to look for, the green light. That tells us that the Australian pilot is ahead of the Spaniard as he comes into the Kazanka curve here, the first VTM, and then he'll come back down into lap 2 of this 15-gate track.
And interesting, he rolled left there, which he hasn't been doing so far, but he's got a good heading out of the descent gate there, and this is on track here, isn't it?
Pylon hit! Matt Hall has hit the pylon! There's a pylon down! 3 seconds of penalty! And that puts pay to the Australians' dream of going into the Final 4! Oh, Matt Hall!
Number 95,
has thrown it away!
55.036 seconds. 3-second penalty for the pylon hit. Gate 12 that puts you in second place of your heat.
Juan Velarde of Spain advances to the Final 4 for the first time in the 2018 season. Matt Hall cannot believe it, but he just clipped gate 12 with the wingtip pull. Here's the replay.
Here you go, the wind has changed in this session. Earlier in the round of 14 we didn't have any wind at all. Now we've got a very slight southerly. There's the tiniest amount of headwind, maybe a slight bit of sort of drift at that gate. But he was flying such a line, and everything else was perfect. We'd almost argue there was a slight climb in the air. Not that that would have gained him any time, but oh my word, that is just phenomenal. Juan Velarde has just done what Francois Lefort did in the round of 14. He's just knocked out one of the really quick guys, and fantastic news for the Spanish team because they go through to the round of 4.
It's also fantastic news for Mikey Goulian, because if he can hold his nerve in the last round of this competition, the United States of America could go back to the top of the championship standings. There is the look of delight and joy from Velarde's team back at the race airport. Spain are into the Final 4 for the first time this season. And for Matt Hall, well, the Australian takes a step